Well, this doesn't feel normal.
Well, I mean, we drank a decent amount. Like, I don't think...
No, it was crazy.
Night one for me was a little crazy.
Yeah,
a little hard on night one.
Morning two, you're just like, ugh.
Well, yeah. You get with the guy. I was so excited about that old fashioned, man. I was just like,
really good.
Keep bringing them to me. I think I drank a 2 liter of old fashions.
I don't think it was that far.
And I ate 7,000 cherries. Welcome to the Podium Archer Podcast, everybody. Coming at you from Nashville North Archery. Josh and I are just back from the ATA, where I cannot tell you how many people shouted at me, discount code BMAC, 10% off. So they get it. You should get it too. Discount code BMAC, 10% off at Podium Archer for, what is it, half of the inventory at this time? Have you been getting shut down by everybody?
Just one here to there. Oh, what do you know?
Yeah.
It's almost like it's working.
Listen, for most things, 10% off at podiumarcher.com. Follow Josh everywhere at Podium Archer.
It was never a problem until somebody started going, everything. It's all like, shut up.
They don't get the sarcasm?
No.
Come on.
No, they do not at all.
I was being sarcasm. When I tell you that we will ship you a Matthews bow to your door, what I mean is you have to buy it and then I will sneak it out of here and I will ship it directly to you. That's sarcasm. I'm being sarcastic. Yeah. That's not a thing.
Yeah, but
except for the target bows.
A slow, small shop will listen to this and go, those sons of bitches, that's why I'm not doing good.
You can't call people slow. That's not a thing you can do.
I said slow as in business, not human mental capacity.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay. Follow Josh everywhere at Podium Archer. Hey, congrats on the 100K again.
Thanks,
are we
buddy.
in the 15% off right now?
We are.
Realm? I hate you for that.
Well, we're deep into it now because I mean it's
yeah.
It's like the 9th. We only have like 20 days.
And
left.
I don't know when this is going to come out.
Yeah, right.
Well, this is probably going to come out pretty quick because I want it to be relevant to the thing that we talked about.
Yeah. It's always nice.
Follow me on Instagram at @BrandonMcDonald_archery. What are people supposed to do if they're listening to the audio platforms?
Leave us a review. And if you haven't figured that out by now, I'm not sure what to tell you because we say it every time.
What if this is people
I know,
that are
it's
listening
going to
for
be
the
your first one.
time?
Right. So please, wherever you're listening to this on an audio platform, leave us a review. It helps us more than you can possibly know. It's the only way the public can see the popularity of what you're doing. The private parties, the people who own their own things, can see their analytics and their back end. We know how many people are watching, all that kind of stuff. But on any audio platform, the only thing you got is a review. So please leave us a review. We gratefully appreciate it. And on Spotify, I looked at it yesterday, we're up to like 570.
Nice.
Yeah.
Getting
Still
close to the
5-0s.
600. That's great.
Close.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Let's break 1,000. That'd be cool.
Oh, 1,000?
1,000.
I just wanted to get 600.
No, I want to get to 1,000.
Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah. I want to see a fourth digit.
1,000's probably a more reasonable goal.
Yeah, because you're probably not exceeding a fourth digit.
Yeah.
Not really. Like when you go look at even the really popular ones, you're probably not out of the fourth digit. So let's just get to the fourth digit.
Okay, I like it.
That'd be fantastic.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, what we're going to talk about today is the ATA show. We're going to talk about some of the products that we saw that we thought were interesting. Some of the products we thought were absolute ass. And then we're going to do a little update on Bowtech first.
Okay. I've thought about it a lot.
Have you?
Yeah, I have.
Well,
I think it's a little different than what probably what you think, but I want you to go first.
You want me to go first?
I want you to go first. What you thought, what you felt now it's been like 4 days since we did that.
Okay, all right. So to sum up what happened, all the bow manufacturers basically came to the shop here and they sat in the cave that we're in right now. And there's this thing that happens in the cave where we get deep into the conversation and we spoke with people that were like the heads of either engineering, the owners of the companies. Like we talked to the high ups inside of these different companies. And I feel like we were able to basically capture the soul of a lot of those companies through those people. And I loved that series. Like I was obsessed with what we were doing. I was so excited to get to sit down with all those people. Yeah. And Bowtech was a fight to try to get them in. And that's not saying like Bowtech's busy. They may not value what we're doing as much. There's no ego associated with that.
My initial guess on that one is they probably don't have enough staff.
Fair enough.
Just judging off it,
Fair enough.
or how important did they feel it was?
And I don't want it to come off that we have some sort of ego, like, well, you should bow down and come to the shop and do this. The goal is to provide the best amount of knowledge that we can for the people, and for it not to just be a brand ad.
Well, not to interrupt you, but I know I am. But there's a point of this as we. I kind of had this idea, like I think it was September when I said, "Hey, how do you feel about doing this?" Right? You're like, "Oh yes, that'd be awesome." Yeah. Okay, cool. So I just started reaching out and saying, "Hey, do you want to come on to this podcast and have this conversation?" I didn't know what we were going to get. right? No idea who's going to come, that kind of deal at first. And then we have a first one and the president of the company shows up. Then we have a second one and the president of the company shows up. So I started getting concerned for the brands that weren't taking it very seriously. So I'd start calling them a lot and saying, hey, just so you know, like these are the people that are showing up at these things and you're not getting back to me. And I don't want you to look bad. And that was the point. I didn't want any of them to look bad. I wanted them to all have a fair shake, to put their best foot forward. Because once we started getting these people in and then started seeing the views on what they were doing, I'm like, okay, a lot of people are going to see this. Like a lot. I didn't know if 3,000 people were going to listen to it or 50,000 people. I had no idea.
Tens and tens of thousands of people per episode were watching these.
Yeah.
And listening.
So that's where the concerns and like hey guys, hold on. Like I had to have a really relatively serious conversation with my best account. It was like, hey, this might look bad if you don't like take this a little seriously, because everyone else seems to be taking it really seriously.
Yeah. And I think that like we offer something a little more unique because this is such a long form and it's typically a more technical podcast.
Yes.
We can really get into some interesting things that you saw it, like the people that are really passionate about the little ticky-tacky things about bows. Like we got to sit here and listen to them. But then we also got things like Randy from Darton and John from Bear and Zach from Hoyt that I feel like we got some really amazing, interesting, Joel from, you know what, everybody that we really got into, and we wanted the same experience for Bowtech. Because we wanted a fair shake for everybody to get that. So we had to go set up at ATA instead because they couldn't make it down here for whatever reason. And we got a couple comments that people were like, you guys are getting too big for your britches. Like, that's not what this is about. We legitimately wanted to make sure that we were just bringing the same type of, in my opinion, really unique and valuable experience for all the bow brands so that people could listen and they could decide if they bought in to the ethos of Matthews or of Hoyt or of Bowtech or of Bear or of Darton. That's what I think we were starting to get. And then when we set up at ATA, it was super last minute. We got Todd, who was great. Todd's a great guy. He's totally fine. But we didn't get the same thing. And this is what people didn't know. There were items that as we started out, before we started rolling, he said, we do not want to talk about these things. And one of the things was Tim Gillingham and Kyle Douglas. Yeah. Because they dropped them halfway through the cycle.
It was right after renewal time.
Okay, but what I'm saying is they didn't wait for the contract renewal time. They literally, in the public's opinion, they kind of fucked them a little bit.
Well, and most of the information and most of the feedback that ever came out from that was from the public. And I was kind of anxious to feel like, hey, this is your guys' opportunity to present why, or what was the logic, or what was my answer, or maybe you regret the decision. You know, something like that, but give some, the whole point of what we've been doing is putting some humanity behind the brand.
Absolutely.
And it is a phenomenal opportunity to do that, and they didn't want to do that, which everyone has their own choice of what they want to do as a company, right? I really think, personally, now that we've digested it a lot, I think it's largely here, and I don't mean that in an arrogant way. When you come here and when you sit down at this table, there's no clock. There's nothing else going on. I mean, yeah, the business is happening over here, but there's never a, hey, we got to be out of here, and oh, we got to do this and we got to do that, and there's distractions everywhere and whatnot. And you kind of let your guard down. We do have a relatively decent ability to bring out a person's personality in the discussions and where they're from and who they are and why. And because of that situation, we did not get that at all. Now, Todd may have very well been the right person, but we didn't get into Todd because of what was going on and because it was so rushed and because it was so cramped and because Vapor Trail's cramming away on their steel barricade behind us as they're trying to put it together, right? All of those things pushed into that. So I know you're more on, hey, I wanted that part. Sure. I wanted that. I don't think that's why it felt so bad. And in all fairness, for those of you listening, as soon as it was over and Todd left and Brandon and I were tearing down, we both looked at each other and went, that felt bad. Like, that just didn't feel good at all. And we weren't really sure what it was. Like, you weren't positive, I was positive. We were going back and forth. Like, why did that feel so off? And I'm to the conclusion it's this. more than anything.
Okay, fair enough.
It's we have to sit down here. We have to be open books. And, we tell every person that comes in here, hey, when this is over with, if you're worried about something you said, we'll let you proof it and we'll delete it. Okay, so it's not like, I can't talk about this, I can't talk about that. And when you put those stipulations in there, it's hard to have conversations flow. It's hard to get into not just an answer, but a feeling from the person as they answer and how they got to that and how they went through that. It's the humanity of it. And we could not do that. And I really think it's more this than anything.
Okay.
And I said it twice in the beginning of that thing. I don't think it's Todd's fault at all.
No.
I don't.
No, you never blame Todd at all.
No. Yeah. But they're in the comments, oh, you guys are being too hard on Todd. I was like, no. I literally said I don't think it's got anything to do with Todd. Like multiple times. I don't think that's it. And he may very well have been the perfect person for it. We didn't get into any part of that because it was so rushed and it was so crammed out and it wasn't this environment. This environment, for whatever it is, in my opinion, brings out the ability to be comfortable and discuss. And that doesn't. And so the response that I had was really more, I'm not ever doing it like this again. It has to be this thing. It does. Now, could we go somewhere and achieve the same thing? Probably, but it can't be, oh, we got to this and we got to that and and run, rush. And I hope that I didn't want to hurt Bowtech at all. Like, for those listening, I spent more time trying to get them here than any other brand by like 5x. Like I tried. And I'm like, look, guys, everyone else has came but you. And I don't want you to look bad. And maybe it wouldn't look bad at all if they didn't do it.
Maybe not.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But with seeing how many people paid attention to it and how much we heard about it back a lot, like, this looks bad for a company if they don't come. Especially someone that was easily once top 3 company, and I don't think they are so much anymore. But you don't ever see anybody's books, so you don't know. But it definitely feels a little different than it was, for what it's worth. So, but I wanted to emphasize 17,000 times over, it's not Todd. It has nothing to do with Todd.
No, of course, no. And
it has to do with the environment and the situation and the circumstances that didn't produce what I feel like you and I, because Brandon's a wealthy businessman. I do pretty good with my business. You are. And I do pretty good with my business. And this is not for money at all. This is for the heart and soul of this industry that has been my entire life. Everything I've done in my entire life since I'm 7 years old is this industry. It's all I've ever cared about. It's all I've ever done. I've never tried to have another job. And I want this industry to thrive. I don't want to hurt anybody. And I'm a little worried that is going to come across that way in that, which is why we were sitting down there having dinner and having a couple drinks, and I'm sick. I woke up the next morning and wanted to go to the bathroom and throw up. Like, I felt awful. So I was like, God, did we really hurt that? But it wasn't authentic at all. It wasn't fair at all. And what did I tell you that evening? So either we're putting something in front of it or we're not putting it out.
Yeah.
I can't just put that out.
Yeah.
And you were adamantly the same.
Yeah, it made sense to me that there needed to be some qualifiers. But the good news was there was a lot of people that were like, guys, I don't think you needed the intro. Like, it was fine. But to me, it lacked so much of the depth that we got out of the other people. That's why it felt dissatisfying to me. And I think that, like, maybe this is where you and I differ. I think that if Todd would have been able to talk about the Kyle and Tim thing, we may have been able to see behind the scenes into both. Well, hold on.
Sorry.
We may have been able to see something that brought more humanity to the company. And we may have been able to talk about, like, target archery and the value that it brings to the industry and those types of things that I feel like are insights that people that are behind the scenes really have. And the whole time we were there, I literally was like, don't talk about this. Don't talk about this. Don't talk about this. Don't talk about this. Like, it was, moly. That was what it felt like.
100%.
Like, I just, Todd's been in the industry for a long, long time, and I think he would have had some really interesting insights. And he could have said, if we didn't do what we did, Bowtech wouldn't be where we are now. we wouldn't be a company. We would have had to fire 100 people. Whatever the thing is, whatever the thing is, I just wanted to hear. Why. The lawsuit stuff, I totally understand.
Yeah, when there's legal stuff going on and it's not over with yet, your attorney will tell you you can't talk about it.
Yeah.
That's fine. We get that. That wasn't legal stuff. That was business decisions made about their brand and the direction they're going with no explanation as to why.
And weird decisions. Like
abnormal.
Yes.
Abnormal.
Yeah, because when a brand reaches the end of a contract cycle and decides not to renew, normal. Like guys do that all the time.
It's not common to break a contract before it's over with. It's not in this industry. Traditionally, those work their whole way out, although that doesn't always happen.
No.
It has happened before.
Which is why you heard Greg Poole push Levi when they were on their podcast, because Levi and First Light, it was a mid-cycle, and Greg really pushed Levi to try to get into it, and Levi was doing the same hedging. So like I get it. And at the same time, I still wanted it. I still wanted to hear.
Here's you hinted at it really well, and I was just simply trying to agree with what you were saying. I wasn't trying to cut you off. You feel like I cut you off once already, and I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
No, I don't like doing that, and I have a tendency when I get really antsy about something.
I talk too much. Don't worry.
No, that's not true. But the directions that likely would have gone, would have been so insightful and so much direction of, hey, what's really happening back here? Did this occur because you went, wow, we're not making any money on this idea? Because we're going to go big and we're going to take over Target Archery. And then they looked at the dollars and cents and went, oh my God, we spent more than we made. That would be my first guess.
Me too.
Right? But we have no idea of knowing.
Yeah.
And they have every right to, every contract's written in a manner in which the brand can just cut it whenever they want. But it's normally respectful. You work your way through the cycle and then move on if you want to move on or not. Right. But there's probably a really good reason, and I'd never heard it. I'm like, this is your chance to actually be authentically honest about what happened and why. And you're not. And I don't get it. Like Greg, you had mentioned it when we were talking earlier. Zach comes on, talks about like the worst bows they've ever made.
And dude, that gets people bought in.
It is because you're authentically honest. And to just dismiss it it's a disservice to the opportunity that they had.
Yeah.
But hey, decisions were made, things happened, and I think more than anything, you and I both wanted to just clarify that, hey, we're not shitting all over the brand. It was the environment and the circumstances in which it occurred. To you, it's, hey, you had opportunities to, be a little honest, and you chose not to. Is that fair?
Yeah. But I will also acknowledge that the absolute irony, and it's not actually irony, I think it's just coincidence, of there's hundreds of thousands of square feet of floor space, and Vapor Trail is 30 feet away building a metal truss system when there's no other vendor in there working at all.
Yeah, it's 6:30 at night. All the booths are set up other than people that got in the ice storm.
Yeah.
I guess the snowstorm, blizzard, ice storm coming over, right? And those people got in late, and the one directly across from us, clang, 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 clang. I'm just like,
but you know what?
They're literally looking at us, are you guys doing a podcast right now? Or like, yeah. They're like, I'm so sorry.
I was like, you guys don't want to go to dinner or something for 2 hours?
Well, and the irony too, like 5 minutes after we're done, they're done making noise. It's like,
it was literally the entire time.
Me?
It was kind of funny, but the truth is, I think. You know what? I think we've done enough. I think we've talked about this enough. I think that I think we've talked about it enough. So let's move over and let's talk about some interesting things that we saw at ATA this year. This was my first year going. I've never been. And you said it'd been like 10 years since you'd gone?
Yeah, it's been forever. I used to go every year, and I think looking at it through your lens is probably more exciting than mine, because to me it's like old hat, and to you it was like all new. It was like, this is your first Christmas.
Yeah. Well,
right?
And I'd never been to an archery trade show that was that big. And you're like, it's a third of the size of what it used to be. And I'm like, yeah, but this is still amazing. Yeah. It took us 2 days to go through the whole thing. Yeah, that's because you get stopped every 12 feet.
A lot.
But it was still really cool for me to see, like, especially some of the littler booths where people are trying new things and they don't have like the spectacular setup. Like the speed booth, I was telling Ty when we were over there, I was like, dude, this is so legit. Like their booth centered up with all the aluminum system around the whole time. Like that thing was legit. And some of the booths, like QAD's booth was amazing.
UAD's booth is always amazing.
But then you had these mom and pop places that had these really interesting little products that they were selling, and they didn't have an amazing setup, but we would kind of stop and look at them and what are you doing? And there was some interesting little innovations.
Yeah.
So I took one product home, and it was an expensive product, and I literally was so intrigued that I was like, guys, if you will let me have one of these, I will make a video on it because I really want to try this. And it's basically a sight that's a thermal. It's a thermal
bow sight.
Thermal bow sight.
Yeah.
It's the camera on the front that reads to a screen on the back, and on the screen is your actual ring like you would have on a scope, but it's all a digital image, and then there's digital pins, and it records inside the housing. Mm-hmm. And then you can dump that footage over onto your computer. I have not played with it yet, so I'm not going to say one way or another.
I don't know how you would have played with it yet. You got home at like 11 last night.
It's true.
It's 8 in the morning.
This is how much we care. So that was the only product that I was like, can I have this? Because I'm super excited to shoot a possum that's been hanging out around the back of my house at night with that little thing.
That's going to be fabulous.
I think it's going to be interesting. That was an interesting one to me. The new Rage, the 3-blade.
Yep.
What do you think about that thing?
It's interesting. It looks very similar. I mean, idea-wise, it's a lot like a Mega Meat. I wouldn't say it looks super similar. Other than it's a 3-blade broadhead rear deploy. I'm interested to shoot a deer with it. I got one. It's like, hey, do you have like one I can go? I'm going deer hunting in like 2 days, and I'm doing management as well as trophy, right? So there's going to be deer that just get shot because they need to reduce the number, because that's the beautiful thing in Texas and their land management things. They go, you must kill this many deer a year. Oh, dang shucks. Oh, well. Oh, darn. Right. So you got to, all right, well, we still need to kill another $20. We still need to kill another 30 does. You see a doe, shoot it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's fun. I'm anxious to see what it does.
Okay.
But I imagine it's going to be very similar to a Mega Meat.
So,
and it's similar. I think it's a similar price point too, if I remember right.
Okay. The cut looks enormous. Like when the blades actually retract down, it's.
Yeah. Well, I want to say it's 2, just like the Mega Meat. I think the blade is quite a bit longer.
Okay.
So instead of the little short, it's more like a
okay. So you have more.
I bet you might actually get a pass through, or more likely to get a pass through, because it's such a elongated blade section. That shorter squatty blade, I think, is part of why it's hard to get a pass through. But it is 3-blade 2-inch mechanical. I mean, in general, if it cuts an entry hole on that style of broadhead, getting out the other side is going to probably be hard, because it took so much force to get through the front.
Yeah, I'm curious with that one, because the tip is so close to the blades in the front. Mm-hmm. Are you going to see deflections with that thing? Yeah.
Well, my super light arrow will probably deflect, because it's all about arrow weight, right?
It's all about arrow weight.
Yeah.
That was another thing that I found interesting. There was still a lot of people that were talking about arrow weight and speed and all that stuff. And every single person we talked to, like the most experienced people, they were all on the same page.
Yep.
Like, hey, there's no need to go back through all this stuff. You want to be right in here.
Right in here.
Right in the sweet spot.
Right in here.
Right in the sweet spot.
Yeah, they're definitely, as you went through the entire thing, right? And I didn't see anything marketed, advertised, or pushed towards a really high FOC. Not a single thing. So I think that might have kind of phased out in its popularity.
Maybe.
I'm sure. Well, I mean, there's always going to be a percentage of people that like what they like, but I don't think it's being marketed to anymore.
Okay.
Which it was being marketed to for a while there.
Okay. So another thing that I thought was interesting was the new 365 targets.
Yeah.
You want to describe what they are?
So it's a good shift from what they were making, and they're still making what they were making, but rather than have a 36-inch target face with like a core in it, they took the cores and basically made a puzzle out of it.
Yeah, that's what it kind of looks like.
Yeah, like a puzzle. And it just straps together. So you have lots and lots and lots of cores with some edge pieces around it to make a target. And it's also expandable, which is pretty cool. So like, let's say you've always wanted a 4-foot target, but you can't afford it, which is probably 95% of people. And you can't find somebody to ship it to you without it being palletized and costing $300 to get it delivered to you, somewhere around there, because that's the only way you can ship something past 36 inches. UPS and FedEx have the same like dim dimension rules, so you can't get over a certain size and still ship it. And if it's got any depth to it at all, it can be really flat and narrow and be beyond like 36 inches, like a bow box, right? But you can't take anything with any depth past a certain dimension and ship it and not have it cost 4 times as much. Right. And what they did was make something disassemblable and reassemblable that you can expand on. So you buy one, they're $3.99 for their 36-inch version. And you could buy another one later. Say, I want to have 2 distances, right? And then as soon as you start to wear out some cores and need a new core, don't throw the old cores away. Because you could take 3 of those and 2 of those targets and reassemble them and have a 4-foot target.
Yeah.
If you want it.
Yeah.
Over time.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool.
It's very, very unique, and I think that's the way to combat the fact that everyone's making a target like that now. A 36-inch single core internal replaceable, which before there used to be 1, maybe 2. Another one came on last year, and it was apparent that everybody was really aware of the popularity of that, because I saw 3 other ones new this year. 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Matrix was probably kind of the OG of the rotating thing.
Yeah.
But
back to your old loyalties, I see.
I love Kevin from Matrix. He's my boy. I love and I love that target too. But the truth is, like, that's what happens with innovation is somebody sees something and goes, that's a great idea. Yeah. How can I innovate on that and create something else that's better? And like Reinhardt tried. Mm-hmm. And what happened?
Somebody doesn't know or understand, which for a company that ships targets
and big ass targets,
to not know where the dimensional things start and stop, it blows my mind.
Because they basically
made something
built
you can't ship.
That it falls into the category even for their 3-footer of has to go on a pallet. So therefore,
no, it doesn't have to go on a pallet, but it hits a dimension where the freight costs turn into $200 instead of $50 or $60.
Yeah.
And to not know that or not be cognizant of that blows my mind. And even other companies that I've talked to and said, hey, here's where you need to stop the sizing so it still ships. And they still just go, oh, well, it didn't quite work. Like, the problem that we're running into for these, or why we do so well with them, is most shops don't want to carry that expensive of a target, or they think it won't sell. Or they'll bring in 2 and they'll sell, and then they have to sell everything else before they can bring in more. Because the only way you can buy targets effectively as a store is to buy a certain quantity. Once you buy a certain quantity, the brand will cover the freight costs. So now you don't have to pay 30% more or 20% more for what you brought in. They're going to eat it because you bought a sizable order, right? Well, when you hit those dimensions and those costs, a lot of these shops are just scared.
Well, you lose money.
And you do.
Like you literally lose money.
You do, but on top of that, it's like I'm scared to bring in 10 of these 36-inch targets, right? So it leaves people that are willing to ship them all the market. And man, we sell so many, it's crazy. And these targets like a Reinhardt or Morel did it too. They made one that was a little too deep. And there was another one too. I don't even recognize the brand. You can ship it into a store and sell it from the store, but it can't get shipped anywhere. So it's never going to get like super duper popular because you can't get it from anywhere. You're not going to see it for sale online, or you're going to see it with such a high freight cost that no one's going to buy it. So hitting that mark where you can actually still ship it, and it's not ridiculously expensive to ship, gets it into the average consumer's hand that wants that target that the other dealer's afraid to carry because he thinks he's not going to sell it.
Yeah.
No different than like really high-end sites and not carrying really high-end sites in your store. You have customers that are more than willing to pay for it. You just don't understand why it should ever be that expensive, so you don't try to sell those things. Meanwhile, that guy's ordering that from me or Lancaster or Go Hunt or whatever, right? That's what happens. You shouldn't be so scared of it.
He's ordering it from podiumarcher.com using discount code BMAC for 10% off.
Exactly. Of course.
Yes. We can do that, right? Can we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
Yeah.
Good.
We haven't been completely shut off of everybody yet.
Fantastic. Wonderful. So the bow press that Gas is doing.
Spike Press. Yeah.
What is it? Spike Press?
Spike Press. Which
now,
they actually bought
been
that
out
company.
before, right?
They bought that company.
Okay. But now it's Eric with Gas that's taking it over, correct?
Yes.
Do you want to talk about that at all?
Yeah, it's a great press. I've got a video on it. I'm just waiting for inventory to actually show up in the store before I kind of highlight it. So if you've ever worked on a press before, the biggest pain in the butt and why you see me having a drill on the end of my press is getting the press to move in and out a bunch. If you ever have to take the bow completely apart or put it all the way out to in, moving a press 12 inches takes forever by hand when you're cranking a wheel, right?
It's my least favorite part of your videos.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. I don't got time to wait for that.
Well,
but
I understand.
The reality of it, so their solution to that is the right side of the press has a pin in it. You pull the pin, you slide it down to wherever you want, drop the pin back in. It's all spring loaded. And then you're only moving it 2 inches.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And if you go from, I just did a 36-inch bow and now I need to do a 28-inch bow, and it goes all the way down to crossbows. They make different fingers for it for different types of bows, but there's only 4 or 5 total to cover like every possible configuration, if I remember right. It's a phenomenal unit. It's a great press. I had one of the original ones, and I ended up taking the handle off it and threading it and putting bolts on it and running it with a drill. And it has an integrated safety underneath too. That
was cool.
Bows that want to slide out of the press, it's already got that built into it. You just slide it forward and set it on the limb so it can't go downward.
Yeah.
It's a way overbuilt.
That was what I was going to say.
Ridiculously overbuilt, very durable, never going to break, never going to fail, ever. And since we've been running the Last Chances for a while, we've had 8 of them seize up over time. Now, this is like excessive use, okay?
Right.
Average consumer's never going to use it that much, but your average shop is going to use it that much. Yeah, it's kind of bothered me. I don't know. They at one point they changed something internally on the piece that holds in the thread as it moves back and forth. It was no longer like a nut welded inside. It was a plate that sat inside a box that moves a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And I think over time it gets burrs and grime and grit and then eventually gets stuck in there. And, it's 2 years later.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
So go buy another press.
You're going to try spike press then. Are you going to re-out the shop?
I'm going to put spike presses in the entire store and in my personal spaces and the whole bit.
Okay. They're pretty. I mean, they're sweet looking. Like
they are
definitely overbuilt. You literally
cheap.
Look like you could pull. Are they not cheap?
No.
Okay. I mean, they don't look cheap. Like
the press is $1,000 before you buy any fingers, and the fingers are $150 a piece.
Okay. But you know what though? Like, if it's something, I mean, as a consumer, like I don't mind buying something if I've got an archery space set up, and I know for a fact, and I've got a last chance press, and it's been great for me because I don't run it like you guys run it. Like I'll probably never wear mine out. But if I was looking for a new press, I wouldn't mind spending $1,000 on something like that, knowing that like, okay, I'll be an 80-year-old man, and if I ever need to get my car out of stuck in the mud, I can always bring my press out there and just use it to, pull it like a come along.
Correct. You'd probably be fine.
Yeah.
Looks very beefy.
Dude, it's so beefy.
Yeah, it's a great unit.
That was cool. So the other thing that I think was interesting, and it was owl something. What was the owl?
Dark owl.
Dark owl. That's right. Yeah. And by the way, if there's any of these that you're like, I don't want to talk about that, just let me know and I'll
you're
cut
good.
it out.
No,
Okay.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
I said, hey, look at this. Come here.
No, I just am saying, like, for this video, if there's anything that you're like, no, they're whatever, for whatever reason.
Garbage.
But all the different coatings.
Human trash. No, it's fine.
All the different coatings that he had, like all the different finishes, and then just how clean everything looked, and then the fact that explain the movement.
Well, so there's when you're looking at movable sights, there's like clearly hunting movable sights and clearly target movable sights, and there's a very big distinguishing difference between the two. One, target sights are normally not quiet. As you move them and try to make adjustments, they go click, 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 which is great for trying to get an exact movement and exact rotation because you can literally count the clicks to the next turn. And they're on a certain particular thread. And when you're looking at like sight tip programs, it'll actually tell you like how many clicks, like 27 plus 6 clicks or that kind of thing, right? So it gives you exact reference of why you'd want to have those things in there. Mm-hmm. But when it comes time to hunt, you don't want to hear a click trying to move something, right? So he created a system that engages and disengages off of that thread, and then it's got a wheel on it. So it's like, pick a driver.
Probably more like a driver
with a thread internal all the way down it.
Yep.
And you can roll it down, twist the knob on the end, and it's back engaged on the thread. And then you can engage the click again. It's light. It's clean. It feels good, but he's not going to have sights until like April or May.
Yeah.
He's just going to try and take pre-orders and see how it goes. And I'm pretty darn excited about it. I think it's really cool. But anytime you got a first generation of a sight, watch out.
Well, I'll be real curious.
There's been some first generation of the sights that I wouldn't make videos on. So I was like, I've always had the premise you have to be able to say at least as much good as bad about whatever you're looking at. And if you can't, don't make the video. Like if you're mentally like, it's pretty, and that's one of my goods. Okay, we got a problem. I got to come up with, hey, this does this really well. This is kind of interesting and neat, right? This is different than anybody else. This is a new thing here. All the different attachment systems for getting into your different types of bows is really good. The windage has more windage than any other site. You can almost always come up with some good things to say. If I can't surpass the number of good things by the amount of bad things I want to say by what I see, no video.
I think Dialed still hates me.
What? Oh, yeah? Did you make a this is shit?
No, I bought it personally. We don't have to go talk about that because they've been kicking ass. Like the new scope is so much better. The new site's so much better. So we don't have to go back into that realm. All right. What I'm interested with Dark Owl is what is the actual production model going to look like as far as quality goes?
Yes.
You know, like it looked like the first one was kind of, this is a great concept. What's it going to look like? And the detailing that he has on his actual scope housing is really interesting and cool. Again, all the Cerakoting or whatever, how he's getting the color on it, really neat. So I'll be curious if he's able to incorporate any of that.
Someone that likes flashy aesthetics would love the shit out of it. Your face lights up.
It's fun. Ooh. I felt the same way when we walked to the HHA booth and I saw all the cool colors for all the
different Cerakotes.
Yeah,
to give 10,000 different SKUs.
Yeah, I'm sure that's fun for you.
God, it's a nightmare. You can't do it. It's just too much stuff.
Yeah. I mean, so do you just bring in like some basic stuff and then if people want a special order using discount code BMAC at BunnyMarcher.com? Oh, shit.
You can't. Oh, shit. Can't do it on that.
Shit.
Yeah.
Not for HHA anymore.
Not for HHA. No.
I got to sit there and watch Josh get yelled at for 15 minutes and then yell back at the guy for 15 minutes. It was so uncomfortable that I literally was like, thanks, guys.
It wasn't yelling.
I'm leaving.
It was not yelling. It was stern discussion.
Both of your blue eyes were staring deeply into each other's eyes, slightly aggressively, just staring. It was amazing.
It's like I like confrontation. That was so uncomfortable. It wasn't even funny. I'm like, what? So now there's just the whole coupon code thing has ruffled some feathers, and some people don't like the existence of it. I didn't even know coupon codes existed 5 years ago. I didn't know what they were, and then I started hearing people that are influencers talk about coupon codes. I'm like, well, what's that? I started looking into it. And I'm going, oh, it's a discount directly back on a product without violating MAP or minimum advertised price policies. I'm like, ooh, interesting. I wonder what that's like. I should look into this a little bit. And that's how this whole thing got started. And it got started from my standpoint that I didn't think it was all that very fair. Like, because you're literally incentivizing somebody to go somewhere else and buy something and saying that's not a violation of MAP. And some of the brands have adopted that is a violation of MAP, and some of them haven't. And there's other things out there in the ethos right now, and we're not going to get into this too deep because we don't want to. This is 4D chess. We're not playing checkers right now.
Okay.
All right. But there's other things out there in the ethos that are also similar to this that I don't all feel are fair either. So we'll see how this evolves and how it grows and how it changes. But yeah, there's been a couple that are not super happy about that.
Yeah.
And so if you go to punch your little thingy in and it doesn't work, hey, they hate me.
Well, that's just one of those. That's why we say it's not going to work on everything.
Yeah,
even though
I say that. You're just like, it's everything in the building.
That's
Shut the up.
That's the whole point. Is I'm being clearly sarcastic.
I'm telling
These
you,
viewers are like my wife. They don't understand the sarcasm. They don't
there's
get
at
it.
least 30% of them think you're dead serious.
I'm not dead serious. The reason I'm doing it that way is to point out that it is a joke. That it's not. We cannot ship Matthews hunting bows to your door yet.
Oh man.
Yeah.
The fear and worry of those things going forward in the industry is wild. But and it's let's get back to the ATA show.
Yeah, let's go back. We can go back.
What was super neat about that is now you're standing in a building full of only dealers and manufacturers. There's no consumers, or not really. There are certain ones manage to sneak in one way or another. Oh, I'm with this company, but I just started working there like a week ago, or he's my buddy and I'm just here as a consumer, right? The amount of people that wanted to shake your hand, talk to you, and tell you how much they appreciate what you're doing, like, was a lot.
It's pretty cool.
Well, that's your peers, right?
Yeah, that's how.
That's the idea of it. These are your peers saying thank you, right? And I only think I had one conversation about the coupon thing, so I don't know how mad dealers really are about it or not or what have you, but And there's a greater meaning to all that. But it was nice because like you can go to ATAC and get that, right? And you've experienced it as if I have. If you're in the public eye and a decent amount of people watch your stuff and they see you, they're like, no. You'd be excited about Tom Brady. This is not any relevancy in any form anywhere near it, but they get excited to see you, and kids want to say hi and take pictures with you and that kind of stuff, and so do adults. But it's a very neat experience, but it's even neater to know that these are the people that are actually working in the industry or working for the industry that feel that way. So it kind of makes you feel like you're doing something right.
It makes me worried that I'm going to do something wrong, and I'm going to have a lot of professionals go,
no
"Hey, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
You're an idiot with a loud voice."
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. The relevancy of what your voice does, and I probably had that conversation 4 or 5 times. It's like you get to a certain point, and when you say something, it directly negatively affects a lot. If you say something bad, it's like...
That's why I worried about the Bowtech stuff.
I know. Why do you think I woke up and want to throw up? It wasn't because you were hungover. I was fine. I literally just like, dude,
yeah.
Like even like right after we filmed that, I almost ran to the bathroom and threw up. It was like, but like I can't. This whole time, I've been like, I can't not be honest. I can't not do it. I have to, no matter what it costs and no matter how much damage it causes. Because if I start, this is no different than censoring. Oh, well, we're not censoring you, but you can't get this, or we're gonna throttle you back if you say this, or this, or this, or this. That's no different than like Bowtech getting mad at me for being honest and saying, well, I don't know when it's gonna ship. Sorry. There's can be consequences to anything that I do with any brand. They can choose not to ship me product. They can choose to make it take forever for me to get, trying to punish me for my honesty. And that's what scared me originally about it a lot. Is like, this could really negatively affect my business. But at the end of the day, I am solely driven by the honesty of what I see. Because for the most part, I like to think I see it really clearly. And I've lived it longer than most and experienced it probably deeper than most. I can't lie about it, and I can't hold back on it.
And this is the perfect time to bring up Revolution bows.
Oh my God. It's been such a long time since you've seen something that you're like, what the is that? We literally were walking into the thing the day before, and I like took 2 steps back. I backed up. I'm like,
because you could see in the hallway, lining the hallway at the introduction, they were kind of giving like a sample of a lot of the goods that you were about to see, and literally the Revolution bow looks like something out of Tron. And I heard multiple people say that like Elon Musk designed it. It's like the Cybertruck of bows.
Yes,
which you could take that a couple of different ways, because some people think the Cybertruck is ass, and some people think it's awesome.
I think the every mechanical related thing to it's awesome. I think it looks terrible.
It does look terrible.
It looks terrible, but I think that was the point. It's like, I can make this look however I want, and they'll still buy it.
I'm so mad about that. So mad.
But it doesn't look anything like a bow. The limbs are like levered forward and pulling down, and all the cam assemblies attached to the riser. So think of like an Oneida if the limb didn't pivot. I'd give it that similarity.
It's really hard to describe. I say go Google it, just because it's an interesting new thing that's coming out.
Revolution bows, and they cost $1,776.
I think that was cool.
That was wild.
I was wondering, and I hopefully that was retail and not what he would be selling them into shops for.
Oh yeah, good point. No, it's probably retail.
I would assume, because why?
If not, guess what? That's what they cost.
Why would you pick 1776 as the number that you're not going to tell the public?
Yeah.
The thing that I liked was he was a bow company. You had no idea who you were, which I thought was hilarious.
That is funny. That is funny, but I don't know. I'm going to review it as soon as he sends me one. He said he'd send me one. I'm like, yeah, here's where I'm at. Send me one, or I'll test it, review it, just make sure I got all the specs, and make sure it is 70 pounds. And goes from 30 inches to 29 inches, so I can measure everything about it. I don't know how in the world it's not going to want to jump out of your hand because of the movement of the limb and the direction it goes forward. When you go back into older technology of bows, the limbs moved forward when you fired them, not up and down. And that's where most of the vibration loss went away from, the surging feeling. If you had been shooting bows in 1990, you needed a wrist strap. Wrist straps weren't so you didn't grip your bow. Wrist strap was so your bow didn't surge down the freaking range when you fired it. Because I've had bows that would literally, if I opened my hand up, go 8-10 yards from my hand downrange.
Makes
when you
total
fire it.
sense. Like that's where the energy's going.
It's pushing the momentum forwards that direction.
And that's what the Revolution bow, it has limbs that
It's
are literally vertical.
Yeah.
And then going forward. But
And
huge wheels, like the cams on them are massive.
Yeah, giant wheels. And that's another interesting one too, because they were test firing a 40-pound bow.
Yeah.
So no idea what it really feels like. I was
Zero.
like, I'm not shooting it. I want to wait till I actually review it to shoot it. You shot it.
Yeah. But it's 41 pounds.
Yeah.
It gives me I have no idea. Other than on the shot, even at 41 pounds, if you watch the slow-mo video of it back, it kicks out like a son of a bitch.
Got it.
At 41 pounds. Like when you shoot an unweighted bow here, like no stabilizers or anything like that, at 70 pounds, I think the Revolution still kicked under harder at 41.
Probably.
We'll see.
Probably. Well, the other interesting thing is I could have sworn that when I was at Matthews, they were stating that they have a patent on a size of cam. So you can't exceed a certain size of cam. Now, I wonder if the cam assembly or whatever you want to call it is attached to the riser and not in the limb.
Right.
If it's functionally different. But the size of that thing, I guarantee you it's over the size allotment for a cam.
How can they have a patent on being like, no one can make a cam over this size ever?
3 full-time patent attorneys.
That's insane.
How can you have a patent that if you choose to mount a quiver this way, it's a patent violation?
Quivalizer. I hate that stuff.
It's if you wrote it and you wrote it right and rubber stamped Larry just said approved, which a lot of the patents are just stamped. Just boop, there you go, you're fine. And leave it into the legal courts to fight it out. No different than Bowtech and Truth and K-Set's patented. So that tuning system that they sued him over is patented now.
Yeah.
And they're still suing him.
Eat a dick, Larry. Larry, the rubber stamp patent man.
There are multiples that are definitely overlapping each other effectively, and you have to sue each other to determine which one's right.
Yeah, it's so goofy.
There is one guy supposedly in the office that is just a rubber stamp guy. I talked to a couple different people about it because I've tried to inquire. It's like, hey, how does this work, and why isn't this black and white? Why is it $250,000 to go to court to try to determine who has the right to make this and who doesn't? Why? It's like, well, because we just issue things, and some people don't look into it too deep that work there. They just go,
yeah. Well, all right. This is
boring,
a little bit
on.
inside baseball,
Yeah.
but it does stifle innovation. So, okay, one thing. Seeing all the Reinhardt targets all together, like the 3D targets, dude, I want some. I want some big ass, beautiful 3D targets.
Yeah.
Why can they not figure out how to ship them here more cheaply? I want them to show up here cheap so that I can buy them on the cheap. I want to have $10,000 targets for $1,000. That's what I want. I don't know if somebody can figure that out. Just let me know. That's what I want. The Reinhardt, I more than just wanted to say that the 3D that they're making are just beautiful.
They
so
are
cool.
They are really the most aesthetic target.
The Velociraptor that they just came out with.
Yeah.
So badass.
Yeah.
Creepy. Like a little Jurassic Park Velociraptor.
Yeah, but that's also small enough it's not ridiculous to ship.
Yeah. But I don't want to get, that's not what I want because I don't want to wear them out.
I know what you want. You want real big, all that stuff, and you pay freight. But if you buy a bunch at one time, so when you're looking at shipping freight things, you're looking at a 48 by 48 box is what it really boils down to. You know how many of those things you can probably throw in a 48 by 48 box? I'll get a commercial grade lot, and there's 8-10 in one box.
Okay.
But it costs the same to ship one of them as it does to ship 10.
Oh, okay.
So if you buy it in a chunk, it's not that bad.
That's what I need to
And
do that.
I didn't check, but they used to have a program, and I'm sure it's probably still valid. If you buy X number of consumer grade, because they give you a freight program on consumer grade stuff, this things they intend the average dude to buy for his yard, they give you a freight deal on those. Well, traditionally, they will let you buy as much consumer grade or commercial grade dollars as you did consumer grade dollars and attach it to the order and not charge you freight.
Okay. Well, we'll talk more about that offline, but that is a thing that I want because I feel like in the archery gear space, targets, like good targets, is one of those things that actually lasts a long time. Yeah. And especially for the experience that I have of being able to go walk my trail around my 40 acres and shoot at 3D targets, that's some of the most fun by myself that I can. Well, it's the second most fun by myself thing that I can do. Just walking around, hammering some arrows into some targets with my own little mini tack course.
No, it's a great time. If you have the space, I strongly encourage it. But that's the only way to do it without paying a lot of freight on top of it. But when you're talking about targets that are $1,000 a pop, $200 more for freight isn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, fair.
And when you buy one, they wrap it in plastic and just put it in a shipping truck, no pallet.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
literally
you
just
know the
wrap it up in
UPS guy's
plastic.
just like, there's just a big elk.
It's still no, it doesn't go in UPS. It goes in a freight truck.
Oh, okay.
Because it's too big for UPS. Remember the 36
I'm
by
sorry.
36 thing?
I just say stuff.
They've based their business model on not exceeding that dimension.
Yeah.
So every networking thing they have to function mechanically without a human being, you can't get over that size. When you start getting over that size, they have to physically pay a human being to pick it up and walk it to the next thing, instead of all these conveyors that shift things out all over the place,
Got it.
right? All the mechanisms.
Got it.
So that's where you end up in freight company.
Okay. That
But
makes sense.
you can get a freight palletized thing for $200, $300, especially if you can just go get it from the depot. Like if you got to pick up, right, and not have them try to deliver it to your residence in the middle of nowhere, it'll save money if you just go to their hub and pick it up from them, and they don't have to send the truck out.
The other thing you could do is get a couple of your buddies. If you wanted to order like a whole pallet, but you only actually wanted a couple targets, you probably get a couple of buddies together, and then you guys could buy a 8-pack or a 10-pack.
For sure.
And then split it up.
For sure.
That would be helpful.
Yeah, but if you also know of a shop that actually gets a bunch and say, hey, I would like to get a couple of these commercial grade products, can I get them when you place your stocking order for your store and not charge me freight? I'll still buy the target, but I don't have to pay freight.
Do the commercial ones last a lot longer? Is that the point?
Oh, yeah. Like they're similar foam, but they're always thicker and deeper. So they last a lot longer in that regard. And once you buy, but the nice thing about Reinhardt is their cores are not that expensive. So they intend for you to keep the target for a really long time. Like most of the targets I have, like I've got targets that are 10, 12 years old. You just put new cores in them. And I'm a facility where people pay to shoot the targets.
Dude, they shoot the
not
shit
your own
out of
house.
that place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's so they last a really long
Okay.
time. And I can normally get 3 to 4 core changes before the target just won't hold the core anymore. Like it's been shot so much that the core won't even stay there. So in that scenario, you get a new core and you glue it in and sell the target. So here you go. This is still functioning. You're not going to be able to replace the core. Here, it's a quarter of what it sold for new.
Yeah.
Someone else take this, take it home. Because
Enjoy
if
the
I
duct tape.
if I get but if I gave that to you, you'd never wear it out.
Right. Sure.
Right. So because you really are probably not buying cores for your targets.
No.
You're probably never going to shoot it enough to do that.
Yeah.
So to take that same target and put it on a home course, it's probably good for the rest of your life.
Okay. Yeah. No, I like that idea.
But
That's
you put
the
it in
thing I
a
want
commercial
this year.
setting, you'll destroy it.
Yeah. But that's like tens of guys every single day shooting it, where I go shoot my 3D course once a week.
Yeah.
Probably.
Like I said, you take one that's about to be done and glue it back together and stick it out there, you'll probably never have to replace
I'm
it.
in. All right. That's a plan for me. Tulu coming out with a 3-blade.
A curvy 3-blade.
Curvy Magic 3-blade.
Be
So
interesting to
my big
test.
complaint about Tulu was single blade buff, no bleeders. Like
Yep.
you're gonna run into the hole closing up, not great blood trails. That kind of like typical complaints about a single blade broadhead, fixed blade, single, no bleeders, any of that.
Right.
And they've figured out a way to come up with a curvy, spinny, 3-blade. So I'll probably give one of those a whack this year.
That'll be cool.
I just want to try it. I want to try it on something interesting. Like, I don't know, a pig, shoot something kind of nasty. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. No, that sounds fun. Neat looking head. I don't think they're up and running on it yet. They've got like prototypes and stuff.
Yeah, they're
prototyping. And that's what a lot of goes to the ATA show. A lot of these smaller booths that have like a 10-foot booth or a 20-foot booth, a lot of times it's their prototype. It's like this isn't in final production.
Yep.
Like there was it was Black Gold. They showed us a site that can I film this? Nope.
Nope. Can't even talk about
Nope. Can't even talk about
Don't
it.
even touch it. Don't even look at
they
it.
didn't say we couldn't talk about it.
Don't even look at it.
They didn't say we couldn't talk about it because they said, we're showing it to people. So you're showing it to dealers. It's going to get talked about. So they've completely redesigned their site, but they're not ready to put it out yet. But they were still showing it to people because it was some parts were 3D printed and that kind of thing. They weren't finalized.
Yeah.
So, and it's a 100% very different. Like at a glance, you're like, that's not a Black Gold site.
Fair. I mean, I can see the DNA in it, but it's definitely a good progression.
20% of it's what it used to be. 80% of it's different and new.
Okay. You're probably more right than I am. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I meant to tell you my first impression of that. I never did.
Yeah,
and I ain't doing it on here.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I ain't doing it on here.
You don't want to do it on here?
No, and it's not bad. It's just that I don't want to say it. So
Okay,
I'm not
all
gonna
right.
say it.
You want the Spot Hog, the Hogfather mod?
Yeah. It's like a Hogfather with some TRT, and so went to the gym and is into fitness and running. She thin.
She cut down.
She leaned out.
They said basically it's kind of like Booney, Hogfather, Booney.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing.
Same platform, but the difference between a Hogfather and your standard Booney is instead of locking knob and twisting, it's still twisting, but it's a spring engage, disengage. And then when you push that back in, it's actually got clicks in it too. So it's another site that you would say is a hybrid hunting target site because you never lose the ability to go click, click, click. But you don't have to do that. You
and then
disengage it off and it just spins.
Yeah.
And it's a lot lighter. And their new heads are cleaner.
Yeah.
Pin interchangeable, so you can like rotate it around, much like
I thought that was kind of cool.
It is.
Like that
I
you
like
could
it.
decide where you wanted the post, so you could kind of rotate it around if you wanted to. And I like the fact that it had like interlocking posts on it, so you knew where it was supposed to sit.
Yeah.
It wasn't like free floating.
Yeah, and there were multiple site companies that had 3-pin vertical.
Yeah.
But a lot of them were one fixed with 3 dots in it.
Yeah.
Not adjustable.
Yeah, it's ass. I get it. Why it's fine, but now you have ones that are coming out with 3-pin movable, and I don't want 20, 37, 56.
I know. I understand that.
Stupid.
Well, but that's what makes Dark Owl unique is you can give him your specs and he'll make it to the hole sizes you want where you want them. So you can say, I'm this. Here's my pin gap. I want a 20, 40, 60, and here's my gap.
That's different.
And he will make it that way.
That's cool. That's a different thing.
But I understand the ability and the desire to have it adjustable because I have the same ability and desire to have it adjustable. And that's one thing that is in the new black gold that I will really like because it's still their pro pin. It's still super clean and all 3 adjust.
Yeah.
That part was probably the best looking thing I've ever seen. Honestly, it was very clean. It was very good. It was very nice. When they do that, typically it's too big. When you actually pull it up and try to aim it at something, it's like, it's like a brick with dots on it.
Yeah.
It's very hard to aim with. And when you get down to 10,000s, which is what I like to shoot, because everything else looks so darn big when I'm trying to point at it. I don't know if it's my inability or it's harder for me to look past it where I want to. When it's small, I can look past it and my brain puts it in the way okay. But when it's big, I can't look past it. It's like it's too hard. And I don't know if it's my eyes failing or what, but I can't see past a big one. So for it to be small is super important to me. And then lighted, obviously, now that I hunt all over the country instead of just in my little corner of the world that I'm from, where mostly that's legal, I just turned off.
What?
Just right now. It just turned off.
How?
I don't know.
This is crazy because Scotty's not even here.
Right? You managed to screw something up.
That's when we have the technical difficulties.
Oh, goodness.
And that angry little human is here. Well,
we thought we had this thing flawless now.
Listen, we're not quitting. We're gonna keep figuring it out. I'll just keep spending more money.
Yeah, you were talking about replacing that and be like,
no, I don't. Together. We've got to figure out how much we'll figure it out. The people don't care about this.
I know. Well, it's because you're not even going to put this in there. You're just going to start right now. I don't remember what the hell we were talking about.
That's valid. I know.
My brain just short-circuited because I was like, no!
We were talking about vertical pins and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I think.
there you go. Yeah. And the perfect vertical pin sight picture. And that is so stupid critical. Like, you don't know it until you try to use it for a little while. And then you're just like, holy crap. No different than, don't want to say bad things about UltraView because apparently that gets upset. But anytime I've tried to use like a 15,000th one, I can't see past it. I thought it might be small enough, but man, I keep looking at the pin and can't look past it. But you put a 10 up there, a good 10, and man, I can see right through it. And the Spot Hog triple stack, their 10 isn't that small. It's too big.
Their pins are always big.
They're big.
Yeah.
They're big. And I understand why they're doing it. They're trying to make it durable. They don't want you to like shove a stick through there and have your pins all jacked up. But I can't aim with it. Yeah. I need something small. I need a fine little device to aim with for me to be comfortable. If you're only shooting at 50 yards and in, it don't matter. You can put a 29 on there. Granted, it'll look this big, but you can still kind of put it on there. Yeah, it's about right, and be all right.
Yeah.
But when you're trying to shoot a long ways away, you need a fine pin, and there's only a few of them that are really thin. The new dialed one's pretty good.
Oh, okay.
It really is. It really is. It's pretty clean. It's good to aim with. I've got that on the 80-pound RX-10 Ultra.
In the vertical, adjustable vertical 3?
Adjustable vertical 3. Yeah. And the adjustment works good too.
Okay.
Like it was pretty good.
That's good.
I am very very anxious and excited to see a black gold 3-pin vertical.
Still my favorite pins.
Yeah.
That that sight picture out of the black gold. I'm hoping that they don't lose that, like with what they're doing, because what they're doing is a bit of a departure. We don't have to talk about it, but I'm saying,
well, I don't think we were told we couldn't talk about it. I think they said you can't. They wouldn't let us film it.
I took pictures of it. We can post it right
like,
here.
Hey,
actually,
we can
right now.
like we can cover and not touch on this is 3D printed. That's 3D printed. Thing.
It won't be.
I know, but then though they didn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, not do it. Not do it.
All right, let's not do it. Not worth it. Yeah, because we can do it when it comes in.
Yeah,
because I think both you and I are excited to see what they've done
in April.
Yeah,
it always baffles me too. Like you're gonna show it, but you're not gonna put it out. Same thing with like Spot Hog and their triple stack originally. Like they didn't ship it for like 6 months. And I'm like, that's 6 months of time where you're the only person with this idea. You think in 6 months another site company isn't trying to figure out how to like pirate what you did? You're hurting your overall volume. It just kills me. Like, don't bring it to market unless you can ship it.
Yeah, I mean,
but it happens to everybody. It's happened to me. Like think things are gonna go right, so you're like, all right, here we go, and then go, oh,
we have
3
a
months.
production issue.
We got a production issue.
Yeah. I also think what they're trying to do is say, hey, don't buy a thing because we have this coming out. Like this is coming out in April, so don't buy a thing because this is going to come out.
That's probably the only real possibility. Is, hey, wait.
Right. Wait.
Meanwhile, brand Y over here is going, no, this is the greatest thing ever, and here's a special deal to buy it now.
Exactly.
It's like, sales
on the shelf right now.
Oh my God.
All right.
It's just bows and arrows. People.
Last thing that I thought was interesting, the shrewd stuff that you're going to bring into the shop.
Yeah.
So I've never seen how they construct a scope like from zero. And their system's like super modular.
Yes.
You'd seen that before, I assume, right?
That was the first time I'd looked at it.
Okay. All right.
I haven't spent a lot of time looking at target scopes, to be honest.
Okay. Well,
Just
I'm going to bring a
hunting
target
stuff.
scope to TAC next year against everybody. I'm going to use a 6-power lens. I'm going to use back V bars. I'm probably going to do the dual Tim Gillingham front bars. I'm doing all that so that I don't farm arrows.
Hilarious. So hilarious.
I can't lose to Tim Connor that bad again. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't emotionally handle it.
Yeah. Well, he was rocking the rattlesnake, and he's since reverted back.
Has he?
Yeah. He's. I think it was 2 episodes ago or whatnot. He's just like, yeah, I'm back. I was like, dude, you can. It's like riding heroin, man. You got to get off at a certain point, or you're gonna end up.
Well, that's not making it in the final edit.
No, the reality when most people.
You're talking about trigger punching.
Yeah. Well, they don't call it that. They call it commanding the shot.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a difference.
That's the adult version.
I think there's a difference.
Well, if you can't control it.
Yep.
Which at first it'll feel like you can control it, and then the more you do it, you'll start to react. Every once in a while, you'll be watching this guy just shoot lights out, and then he puts one in the dirt. Like, whoa, what happened there? Oh man, I must have misset my sight. No, your ass flinched that thing right
Massive
off the target.
shimmy. Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
one of those, right? And that's the negative of the offset of it. And there's a very, very small percentage of people, James Visser, that can actually punch the trigger and not react.
Yeah,
for a long period of time.
I think it
gets
is,
everyone eventually.
If you have a low IQ, very low, you can do it.
That would make so much sense.
I
don't know. There's some professional archers that just got offended there, dude.
I'm obviously joking.
And, yeah, obviously. Tim Gillingham is very smart, very like stupid smart.
Yes,
and he slams the shit out of that thing.
Yeah, I'm obviously making a joke, but I think knowing yourself. So like I was shooting the stand clicker, the thumb, and I went, dude. As soon as that click would happen. Because now I know, like I'm almost there. I'm almost there.
Yeah.
And then I went back to my previous one.
Is that a horrible image?
I don't know what the image was. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
That's not good for this.
It was a. I didn't like it. I'm bringing you back.
Yeah,
I'm bringing you back.
Pull it back in.
I was struggling, and I went back to my old one. And the other thing is, once you get something set where you feel like it's perfect, like barrel angle, the angle of the stem coming off, and then the exact amount of tension that you want, where I'm literally like, I want the release to go. Oh, it just went off. Yes. Like that, for me, it took quite a while to get there. quite a bit of tinkering and messing. But dude, my groups tightened up so fast after I got rid of the clicker. And it's not because the clicker's bad, because the clicker's great. It's just me. But I literally was like, I can't do this. I gotta get rid of it.
Yeah, mentally you can't control the firing process. It has to be subconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah, same way. I've tried really hard to mentally control it, and it just starts to get me, no matter what. There's times where I've struggled. I've struggled bad in the last year, trying to forcibly go, okay, squeeze. You physically pull on that, and don't pull backwards, and just isolate your finger movement. I can't do it.
Yeah, interesting.
I'll lose my brain. But some people's brains, everyone's got a different mechanism mentally that works, and that's what Joel tries to teach. Joel's trying to teach you the mechanism that works that way. When you do his courses and whatnot, he's trying to teach you how to isolate your finger movement and not freak out and fire it that way.
So I bought Paige Pierce's mindset thing.
Yeah.
And I've been listening to it.
It's Insight.
Insight. I'm sorry. I don't know what it's called.
I'm pretty sure it's called Insight.
We're not going to talk about that in this podcast, but we're going to tease that for an upcoming podcast.
Yeah.
Because
just let her talk about it.
I would love that. That's the tease.
Think in March.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you made it this far, please like and subscribe. I need my channel to get bigger because I'm hanging out with all these guys at these events, and they're all just huge numbers, and makes my ego feel bad. Like Scotty's past me. Come on.
No. Well, it'll get there.
I love Scotty.
Yeah, he's great.
All right, you got anything else you want to talk about?
Some single moms like Scotty.
He likes some single moms.
Scotty likes them single moms.
If you're a single mom, hit Scotty up.
Yeah. What did I say about the other day? He's like, because he knows they like to do it, and they know how to take care of a child.
That's getting cut out too. That's getting cut out too.
Well, I mean, he is a big child, so it just makes sense. He's probably gonna have fruit snacks, a Capri Sun.
That's why they like him.
Yeah,
he's got all the things.
He's the adult apple juice guy. I mean,
yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
that is true.
Yeah, totally makes sense.
Bald like a baby.
Know how to take care of me when I'm sick.
He was
like
sick
the last
too.
single mom.
He was sitting next to me when we're all sitting there drinking.
We're cutting all this out, right?
Probably.
Okay, cool.
I probably should. If we're cutting it out, I'm going to keep going, and then I'll clip it and send it to Scotty.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, you got anything else from ATA?
No, I mean, it was nice to be back. It was nice to see it again because I hadn't seen it in a really long time. It is way smaller than it used to be, and I don't ever remember it being that. I mean, people were the people I talked to were real happy with the flow of people and that kind of thing, but it just didn't seem like that many people. But I think that's a reality and a reflection of our industry. Like the bigger shops are getting bigger, smaller shops are going away. There's less people to walk around in trade show and dealer days. The telltale will be if now that they're doing consumer today and tomorrow, which I'm going to check with some of the reps and say, hey,
that's
how busy
what I was
was
wondering
it?
about too.
How busy was it? Did you get a crap ton of people in there since they're doing that over the Rushmore Rumble weekend here at Indianapolis? To see if they actually get a lot of people in there. If they get a lot of people in there, then okay, we're getting revenue coming in the door to pay for this building to operate this thing. But I think they had 800 dealers total or something. When you're talking about a show that goes to a convention center for hunting or that sort of thing, and it's 100,000 people through the door. That's how they're paying for that. So it'd be interesting to see how it goes. If this new method is a solution to their problem, or if it's just going to get worse.
I had one more thing that I forgot to bring up earlier. Did you have any Amish people come up to you at all?
Not here, no. But in Iowa Deer Classic, the number of Amish people that came up to me and talked to me and wanted to take their picture with me, I'm like, how do you have a phone?
That's what I would.
How do you have a phone?
If I would have, if
the whole time I'm sitting there looking at them like, how are you watching me on YouTube? There's sunshine.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I know you didn't see me in the paper. I literally want to look at them and go, cheater.
That's exactly what I was going to do.
Oh, yeah. No, last year, Iowa Deer Classic, I had multiples come to me. So, oh, you're my favorite YouTube guy.
They're like, no.
Like,
I go to the archery shop and I watch you on the TV at the archery
goes, wait
shop.
a minute. Are you not Amish? Are you Hooterite? Is that what it is? Because Hooterites can use technology.
Is that right?
Yeah, Hooterites can. We have a
Mennonite is also
Mennonite. Yeah, we have
Mennonite.
the two. They are. We have one of those outside west of Spokane. I've actually bought corn from them when hunting over corn was legal. And yeah, they have a whole thing, but they use all the tech, and they have trucks, and they have phones, and cell phone cameras, and they do guiding and all that stuff. Yeah, yeah.
So they're just
cool
basically
guys. Just
normal,
eating good food and keeping the genes clean, like Adolf said they should.
Oh my God, that's getting cut off too. Jesus Christ. Hey, thanks for watching.
We'll save that one for the fun code.
Appreciate you guys being here.